Hey, here's the Linux Ninja ADHD quick, raw, down, dirty, uncut, unplugged review of Zorin. It's going to be all over the map. You know me. You've clicked like and subscribe, or I'm in your feed for some reason. And so, talking about that, I'm in there for a reason, is my YouTube feed for the last few months has been nothing. It's an echo chamber of dismay and horror because it's been nothing but moving from Linux. No, moving from Windows to Linux. You know, Linux gaming, Windows 11 sucks, which I love that people say that. And I like that they're moving to Linux. I applaud that. And clearly I like it because YouTube algorithm is like, feed the pig boy more. He clicked like, he likes it. So here's the low down, dirty, raw, quick, hopefully, review. And first the positives, then the negatives. This is not going to be a super deep dive. This is for the person that's thinking about Zorin coming from Windows. What I like about it, straight out of the bat, you know, the start menu is right here. That is nice. And to the right, coming from Windows, you're used to the calendar, the notifications, weather, etc. Some of my personal notifications. I don't care. I'm not hiding anything. CIA has everything on me. And here you actually have this on GNOME default is up here to the right, but down there, it makes sense coming from Windows. So I would say if you're trying out Linux for the first time, pick Zorin OS. Here's the kind of where it gets gray. But before I get to the gray matter, the X-Files of Zorin OS, let's first talk about the positives. Hello. So I'm running this on this cute little roll of B-roll because I'm a fancy YouTuber. I use B-roll on my phone. I have this Dell Latitude 7320, and it is a nice, sweet, small machine. Everything out of the box worked. So don't be surprised if you have 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old like this machine. Everything works right out of the box because Linux hardware compatibility is off the charts. It is amazing. This machine even has a touch screen, which is imbecile. It is so stupid. I've never used it. Why would I ever touch my screen? But it worked. Everything worked. Keyboard shortcuts, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Like, I don't even have to list those things anymore. It just works. That should be the Linux distro name for Zorin. No, just for Linux in general. It just works until it doesn't. If you're using like the hardware that came out 6 months ago, don't do Zorin OS. I'll tell you later. Stick around. Don't leave. The juicy thing is coming up. So two brothers in Ireland, love Ireland. Hello from Iceland. They're doing this whole shebang. And they're customizing. A lot of work goes clearly into customizing the GUI. This is built on Ubuntu and GNOME. So they're making their own GNOME extensions. They're making it this all work, which is stunning. And one cool thing, if you're coming from Windows, it's called Windows App Support. So it uses wine and bottles, I think. I haven't used it. So if you just download your exe MSI file, it should possibly magically work. I don't know. Haven't tried it, but you know about it now. And so if we go to, I always want to say themes, but it is appearance. I knew it. So this is the layout that I'm running with. You have 4 by default. And so this one is nice as well. You can see, you know, you get the icons, but I prefer the text. And so if you want to get more, you have the Zorin OS Pro version. I haven't tried that. The thing with the difference is you get a lot more software installed and you get Windows app support or something. Like, just go to the wiki. You know, who am I? I'm just telling you the raw stuff. You know, if you want to like the fine details of Zorin, I'm not your man. But webpage is awesome. And I also used the the app to flash it onto the USB drive that they recommend, that was super easy. So it is like catering to Windows user. It's like GUI everything. It works nice. So the thing is, I'm going to do a separate video about like moving from Windows to Linux. And because I've seen a lot of expectations from people that fall short and they're like complaining about stuff, but I'm like, you're switching a whole ecosystem. But I'm not going to get into that right now. But this Zorin OS coming from Windows it's only skin deep. The back end is this. It's the terminal. It is like, well, you don't have to do that because a lot of stuff just works and you can use web apps. Everything works in a browser now. Don't worry about that. You're not going to have to go into the terminal. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that this is different. So just be warned. And so if you want to play Battlefield 6 and you're just pissed off because it doesn't work, that's not going to work. Anti-cheat stuff is not going to work. The biggest plus for me is when I use GNOME, I always have to install a bunch of GNOME extensions. I don't have to do that with Zorin. Love it. And Zorin Connect. It is really good. I don't have it connected because then you would be getting all the notifications that are coming to my phone, and I'm so popular that it's like bing, gada bing, gada bing, and I couldn't do the video. No, I'm just kidding. There's just a lot of private stuff, and because Zorin has Zorin messages, so I have a Samsung Android phone. I don't have an iPhone. I don't know how that, if it automatically works together as well. But with the Android, it is really good. So you get the messages, you can move files, contacts. It's just all the shebang. So they're doing an amazing job with that. So I don't want to make this too long. Ask in the comments if you want to know anything, but because I could list stuff for like out of the box, out of the box. Who doesn't speak Chinese? Out of the box, it has Flatpak support. It also has Snap. No, Snaps. No, okay. I was just like, I had a brain fart because I don't really use Snaps. I was like, is it Snaps S or Snap List? Now we know. I don't have any Snaps installed, clearly. But I don't think Windows users are thinking about that stuff. So the negative for you, if you're coming from Windows on a really new machine, I wouldn't try Zorin just for this simple reason. It's a two-man dev team, two brothers, last name Zorin, so pretty cool. I don't know if they have a bigger dev team, but they're always a bit, when I say a bit, behind the Ubuntu schedule because Zorin is based on, as you can see, it is based on Ubuntu. I love the Ubuntu font. I've always loved it ever since it came out. So right here, if we do fast fetch again, you can see that I switched out to terminal font right here, Ubuntu Sans Mono. And then for the GUI, I have Ubuntu Sans Medium. The negative is it's a two-man show. So it's always a bit behind. When I say a bit, I would say a year and a half. The last release of Zorin was 20 months behind. I'm sorry, Zorin brothers, if that's wrong. But now we're getting the Ubuntu 2604 LTS now in April. And so you're not going to get Zorin based on that maybe in a year. I don't know, year and a half. So hardware support is always a bit behind. If you want the latest, the greatest packages, hardware support, I would go with a different distro. If you have a machine that is just lying around and you want to try Linux, this is a perfect, I would say, distro for you. And am I going to keep using it? probably on this machine. But there's so much stuff that I want to try. Like Pop OS and the Cosmic Desktop. I want to try that as well. So this is probably not the machine for that. That's more in the gaming sense, the gaming sphere, the sphere. So that's my take on Zorin OS. Try it out. It's been nothing but great. I honestly applaud those two brothers. Like all this work that goes into this is stunning. So, the thing that I noticed, I don't know if that's a Zorin thing or an Ubuntu thing because I'm not an Ubuntu guy. Power management on this machine, it is really good. It is really good. And it just goes and goes and goes. I had Fedora on this machine, 42, 41. I used Fedora on this machine for like a year and a half. And then it was brand new. It did not last nearly as long. So that is amazing. That is really good. And when I close the lid, open it up, it just fires back up every time. No issue. And also with Zorin Connect, it is just as soon as the phone and the machine are on the same Wi-Fi, bling, blah, 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 it is there. So I have the machine in airplane mode just so I'm not showing you my Wi-Fi. I also am not showing you Zorin Connect. Just trust me, it is stunning. The App Store software, because I'm a nerd, I installed Steam using the App Store and I installed a game just to try it. It worked. It just no problemo. So I just did that, but usually you shouldn't listen to me because I install everything using the command line. And but I had to try it, so I could tell you on the video that I tried it. It worked. Updates using the GUI and firmware updates. I also did a bunch of firmware updates using the GUI. That just was shebang. All in all, really happy. I would recommend this. So I hope you found this beneficial. Click like and subscribe and all that jazz. I appreciate your time. And until next time.